Your McMinnville State Farm agents Lee Holland and Bill Zachman are pleased and proud to be supporting WCS-TV, our school system, and our students. This lithoprint of the old train shed in Nashville was a scene from 1945 where servicemen and women were en route to their wartime assignments. Those old values of patriotism, service, and duty we still embrace even though the train shed is long gone. We here at State Farm Insurance do adapt and adhere to those old values of integrity, service, and responsibility.
Here at State Farm, we're your one-stop shop, protecting everything that's important to you.
For your McMinnville State Farm agents, Lee Holland and Bill Zachman, it's both a privilege and an honor to be associated with WCS-TV and to support our students, teachers, and our schools.
Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of the Coach Tom Moore Show. I'm Jay Walker along with Coach Tom Moore, head coach of the Warren County Pioneers. As we get ready to take the first road trip of the season, we'll be going to Shelbyville to take on the Shelbyville Golden Eagles. But first, we'll take a little look back at the Cookeville game, Coach, painful as it may be, but we went up against a buzzsaw the other night.
Cookeville's got a good team. I think they have 27 seniors coming back from last year's squad. Most of their best players came back. Had, I think, 14 or 15 starters, and Coach Maynard's got a good team. They're well coached, they're physical, very strong up front. It was a tough opponent for us, and you know they certainly kind of had their way with us.
They really have some good talent. They're senior laden team, and a lot of good talent, a lot of experienced players coming back, and I think they will compete with the Murfreesboro schools.
Well, you know, we haven't seen them yet. But knowing the last couple of years, they, you know, I'm gonna be shocked if they don't compete every week, and I'll be shocked if they're not in the top 3 in the region, and you know, beat some people that people don't expect them to beat. I think they're a really good team. 35-0
at halftime. You know, the week before, we were on the good end of a mercy rule game, but this time we were on the wrong end of it. But a game like that, how do you keep the players' head where it needs to be?
Well, in the first half, usually if it's 35-0, you made turnovers, made a lot of mistakes, and we couldn't move the ball on offense, and we didn't, you know, we kicked it down there, made them go the length of the field, and they were just able to do it. They made big plays on us. We did not have a good game on defense, and we missed a lot of tackles, made mistakes on the perimeter, didn't tackle well. We got out of gaps up front, and we you know, really didn't do well on that. But at halftime, we talked about, you know, we couldn't undo what was done because obviously we weren't going to win the game. So our goal was to win the second half, and I thought we came out, especially defensively, and played much better. They kept their first string on the field for the first 2 series of the second half, and we, you know, one time with a short field, we kept them out of the end zone. Actually, both times. So I was you know, happy about that. There was some salvation for us. Our kids came out and played hard in the second half, and certainly had no quit in them.
Well, as we were shut out, obviously not a lot of highlights. We've got a couple of defensive plays that we're going to look at. One of them, an interception by Lewandowski, I think we're going to look at. Here it is. A nice interception there. We called his name out quite a bit the other night. That's,
Raven Lewandowski. Raven's a guy he got recruited from the Halls that wasn't playing football. I think he played before as a younger kid, and he's a tall, long, lanky kid, and plays receiver and corner for us. Got hurt during preseason camp, but has come back to really be a good contributor now, and is a starter at corner. Made a nice play at corner. A lot of the plays you make at corner come from overthrows and bad throws. You know, particularly we're in zone coverage, which we are most of the time, and that was what Raven was able to do on that particular play. Nice play for us. Kept him out of the end zone.
Yeah, good concentration. He almost dropped it, but he was able to pick it up.
It's going to be picked off and dropped.
You know, he's the guy that started trying to block, and
I thought he dropped it.
You know, we have to have turnovers. You know, against good teams, that's something we have to do. We have to put ourselves in a good position and make some turnovers. So I was real happy about that.
Good to see that young man make a play. And again, as we said, we call his name out quite a bit for defensive plays, a lot of tackles.
Right.
The other night.
Right.
So, and a fumble recovery that's coming up right here. I forgot who recovers, but I guess we'll find out right here.
Right.
This
Looks
recovery
like Luke
looks
Nesbitt
yeah,
made the play. Actually, Luke's number 50 for us, and
just a bad job by
was playing his defensive end position, and
distracted.
really probably more than anybody else on defense played well. Did his job. Cookeville had a very good tight end, and Luke really did a good job, especially when their tight end was blocking. He did a good job closing off tackle hole right there, and then coming back and making the play. It's a nice play. Luke is a talented kid. He's about 6'5", 235 pounds, and runs well. Really played well for us this year so far. We're looking for big things out of him this week as well.
Yeah.
Does a nice play. Ball's on the ground, we got to get it.
Yeah, timing was just off on the offensive side. The timing was off there.
Just a
I think
bad
the motion man kind of got in the way.
Right.
So
think he got
good
distracted
hustle by
the
Luke
motion
Nesbitt
man.
and
Right.
a couple other red
just came off his
jerseys in
hands.
there too,
Right.
trying to make
I
the
mean,
play.
our kids on defense hustled. We just, I thought we hustled the whole game. We just made some bad plays. They beat us in the passing game, and Cookeville has some kids that run well when they get the ball in the open field, and we should really struggle tackling them. Some of it was our angles, and some of it was, just not doing what we're supposed to do. We have to improve on that, though.
Now, you mentioned we're getting kind of thin. Injuries are starting to take their toll.
We've got 3 or 4 people out this week, and Trevor Collins is out with a broken thumb. Adrian Walker, our right guard, is not playing. He may be back in 3 weeks or so. Caleb King's starting linebacker. He's been out with a knee, and hopefully maybe back next week for a Manchester game. And we got a couple other people that are banged up too. They're questionable. So it's making some more guys play both ways, and that's it's getting a little cooler. I think we can do that now, but we'd love to have everybody back and no injuries. But it's part of football, and you got to deal with that and have the next guy ready. So that's what we're going to try to do.
It's been fun being at home the first 3 weeks, but now we got to go on the road. We go to Shelbyville, a team we haven't seen in a few years. They used to be on the schedule just about every year, but now they're back and at Shelbyville. And how much do we know about the Golden Eagles?
Well, Shelbyville, we first started looking at them last year, looking at film on them, and they have been a very good offensive team. They've been able to score points on everybody they played, and including this year in their preseason. They dropped 2 games early against Tullahoma. Tullahoma played fabulous against them, and they were down 39-7 at the end of halftime and came back and almost won the game. And they played a very good Marshall County team, and they scored 30 points on Marshall County. So they've been able to move the ball. Very good passing team. They've got 3 guys that are threats on offense. Quarterback throws the ball well, and they're well coached, protect the passer well. Defensively, they're in a 50 defense and play primarily 3 deep. They slant, and so they I would say defensively they're pretty good, but offensively that's what they hang their hat on their offense.
Yeah, usually when we go to Shelbyville or we face Shelbyville, we see a very athletic team with a lot of speed.
Absolutely, and you're going to notice that they've got 4 receivers they put in, and those guys can go. They can all go up and catch the deep ball, and their 2 slot receivers are good on jet sweeps and catching short passes, but also they're good going down the field. So it's going to be quite a challenge for us. We'll probably mix up zone and man against them, but we've got to they're going to complete some passes. You play a team that is good on offense, they're going to complete some passes. We just have to get them on the ground and make some stops.
Yeah, get some pressure on the quarterback.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we've shown that we can do that the past 2 or 3
Right.
games.
We have especially Nesbitt and DeAndre Thomas and Rackley are 3 guys that put pressure on the quarterback, and we can't do it every time. You kind of got to pick and choose. If Shelbyville throws a lot of screens, a lot of wide receiver screens also, and if you're pressuring at the wrong time, and that they can burn you. So it's going to be quite a challenge for us defensively. We worked really hard on lining up correctly to their formations and making sure we're sound, and also on the pressures that we have. We want to line up correctly and know who's guarding whom.
How have the kids responded in practice this week?
Had a good week of practice. I've told them, after the game, we didn't play well against Cookeville, and I didn't come in there and sugarcoat it. We did not play well. Cookeville's a good team, but we did not play well. We did, especially on defense, and Our offense, I was disappointed in our offensive production, but it's hard to run offense when your defense is playing so poorly like we did against Cookeville. And some of it was Cookeville's a good team. I mean, certainly realize that. But we, it wasn't all because of the things they were doing well and executing. We made some bad plays too. But I've been happy about the week of practice so far.
We've had good fan support early in the season. Of course, the rain the other night kind of kept a lot of people away, but I'm sure you'd like to have a lot of fan support to make that trip to Shelbyville Friday night.
It'd be great, and we would love to have everybody come over there. It's not, it's a team that's a natural rival for us, and that we'll play again next year, and we hope to continue playing them, down the road. Like Tullahoma, like Coffee County, like Cookeville, like Sparta, those are all natural rivalries for us. And it's the teams that Warren County used to play, and we're very happy to have them back on the schedule. So we would love everybody to come out and support the Pioneers this week.
All right, well, Coach, we thank you so much. Let's get us a win.
Thanks.
And again, it's Warren County at Shelbyville Friday night. You can hear the game on the radio, 1230 WAKI, or you can also hear it on WCS-TV, channel 180. But we prefer that you make the trip to Shelbyville and lend your personal support to the Warren County Pioneers. That'll do it for today's show. Thank you for watching. For Coach Tom Moore, I'm Jay Walker. We'll see you next time.
Your McMinnville State Farm agents, Lee Holland and Bill Zechman, are pleased and proud to be supporting WCS-TV, our school system, and our students. This lithoprint of the old train shed in Nashville was a scene from 1945 where servicemen and women were en route to their wartime assignments. Those old values of patriotism, service, and duty we still embrace even though the train shed is long gone. We here at State Farm Insurance do adapt and adhere to those old values of integrity, service, and responsibility.
Here at State Farm, we're your one-stop shop, protecting everything that's important to you.
For your McMinnville State Farm agents, Lee Holland and Bill Zechman, it's both a privilege and an honor to be associated with WCS-TV and to support our students, teachers, and our schools.